the Agile Toolkit.
Hello and welcome to Diner Chat. I'm your host, Bob Payne, and I have these wonderful Brussels sprouts and some squash from our garden in the background here at my house, and really want to talk to you today about this idea of continuous improvement. I know you've probably heard me harp about it many, many times, but one of the things that I think is extraordinarily important when we talk about continuous improvement is pulling in what many people refer to as the Deming cycle, or plan, do, check, act, into all aspects of your delivery. So that's product, first and foremost. We're building something of value. That is, people are the most important factors we have in delivering high quality software, and the processes we use. So while Agilists always use some processes and tools, and the retrospective has always been there for tuning how the teams work together. I think many teams don't do a great job of following up on those retrospective items. So I won't belabor that too much. That's probably a topic for a whole other episode, because you've heard me talk so many times about taking one or two items from your retrospectives and following up on them. Very simple. Implement changes. If you're doing the same Agile process now that you were doing 3 months ago, you're not doing Agile and you're not doing continuous improvement. But the two areas that are we have talked very little about, at least on my podcasts, are the idea of using a plan, do, check, act on the product, and on developing our people, really the skills of the people to be able to deliver the product. So a recent article and a talk that I did at SQE, I talked about using a personal A3 and a mentoring model to really develop the people in your organization. And that you can use many different things. I always like the idea of see one, do one, teach one from a learning hospital. Some people will say learn, do, teach, master. But whatever model we're discussing, we're talking about this idea of anything that we want our people to learn, they first need to see someone else do it. So quite often we'll pair people up. A new Scrum Master will drop into a team and pair up. Or they'll work with a mentor on a personal A3. And so they'll learn something about the technique. They're going to do one, usually under the observation of a coach or master coach or someone who's done it before. And then, more importantly, we want them to start teaching other people, because you really learn how to do something when you start teaching other people. So as we try to develop mentors in our organizations, we want to have them see one, do one, teach one. Just remember those three things, and maybe even track that progress on their personal development, A3 if you're using an A3, or a Kanban board, or however you want to track that. Maybe it's just a simple Evernote that has all of the things that you want folks to do in. But we want to develop the capabilities of everyone on our team. We want to increase their ability to deliver in a cross-functional way, and that's a good model for doing that. And really, lean startup techniques have brought a lot of energy to this idea about learning about our product, going out, creating a hypothesis about the customer segment, the market fit of the product, not just what we always had in Agile, demos to customers and the customer voice in the team. Those are extraordinarily important, but ultimately the people, well, usually, I won't say every time, but usually the people representing the customers within our teams are not the end users and end customers. They're usually a proxy. That's not a bad thing, but we want to get out there, learn something about the market fit, the product fit, and be able to integrate that. There are lots and lots of techniques. Get out of the building. If you haven't read any of the lean startup books or dealt with customer discovery, I think that is an extraordinarily valuable technique to get out of the building. Work with customers, give them prototypes, clickable prototypes, and ask them open-ended questions. Really just work with our customers to understand their needs. Don't bring them solutions. Bring them questions and really open up learning. There are lots of great books and techniques around that. At Lightspeed, our new product owner course includes lean validation and lean canvas from the lean startup movement, not manufacturing lean. And to help us sort of structure those hypotheses, get out of the building, ask the questions, work with the lean UX team to integrate those things back into our products and make our products better. So remember, people, products, and process. We want to plan. We want to take a look at something. We're going to execute on it. We're going to check whether those results are bringing us value, and we're going to act. So plan, do, check, act. Really open up the feedback loop, not only on our processes through retrospectives, but developing internal capabilities and internal mentors through see one, do one, teach one, and through the use of lean validation, lean UX, and getting out of the building to ask our customers questions and get those answers and get them integrated into the system. So remember, release early, release often, and keep being agile. Thanks a lot.